Hello and welcome, fellow motorsports fans. We've got a brilliant race week ahead of us, with packed weekends in Belgium, Austria, the United States, and more. And thus, it is time for me to give you my top 3 races to watch this weekend. Off we go! The last major 24-hour race is happening in Belgium this weekend, and really shouldn't need any more introduction or reasons to watch than that. 71 GT3 cars driving around Spa for an entire day sounds like a treat for all of us. So instead, I will focus on giving you my top car to watch for every single class, hopefully inspiring someone to look beyond the battle for the overall win as well. Nowhere was this more difficult to do than in the Pro class, as most of you already have a favourite brand or driver to support here, so why would you listen to me? So instead of just naming an obvious fan favourite like the Gounon-Marciello combo in the 88 Mercedes, or Kevin Estre back in the Manthey Porsche, let me tell you about the 96 Rotronic Racing Porsche. The car is one of 3 Pro Porsche entries on the grid and will be piloted by experienced Norwegian Dennis Olsen, similarly experienced Austrian Thomas Breining, and young GT3 newcomer Lauren Heinrich. The 21-year-old German is in his first full year of GT3 racing after a successful stint in the Porsche Cup cars. This, combined with the fantastic form Breining has shown so far this year, makes it an exciting young lineup to watch, despite not exactly being favourites for the overall win. The car has had decent performances in the previous GT World Challenge Europe endurance rounds, with pace for a top 10 finish, although Olsen was notably struggling a little. The crew has had its fair share of bad luck with penalties and mechanical failure as well, so let's hope it is their time to get lucky. In the gold category, there is really only one outstanding car to watch in my opinion. The ever-dominant Come2You Audi number 21, driven by Maxime Soulet, another 24-year-old rapid Austrian with Max Hofer, and 21-year-old Belgian Nicolas Baert. The trio has won their class in both races thus far, and has repeatedly shown the potential to race well within the overall top 10 as well. Certainly not a given for a car outside of the Pro class. My favourite silver entry to watch has to be the 85 Grasser Lamborghini, as it is driven by 2 of the more interesting young silvers out there, in particular Glenn van Berlo, who has done reasonably well in everything he has attempted so far this year. The 21-year-old Dutchman is accompanied by Chilean Benjamin Heitz and Grasser regular Clemens Schmidt, probably the weakest point of the squad, but his experience should still be valuable. The cherry on top is the fact that the squad has a competent sister car to go up against too, as Grasser does field the 58 Lamborghini in the silver class as well. The 21 car deep bronze category has a bunch of interesting entries, with fantastic pros paired up with some of the best gentleman drivers out there. I still have a rather mainstream pick for this one, as fan favourite Iron Dame's 83 Lamborghini has added French sensation Dorian Pin to its driver lineup for the event, which should hopefully transform the car into a proper class contender. Only the lack of success so far this GT World Challenge Europe endurance season is a little concerning, but would make a good result all the more satisfying. Pro-Am also features a surprisingly large amount of cars, 13 instead of the regular season 5 we've seen so far. The most intriguing one of the bunch is the Sun Energy 1 AMG 75, as their effort is spearheaded by ace driver Nicky Katzberg, who still manages to drive a different GT3 every weekend despite being signed as a Corvette factory driver. For example, the N24 winning Ferrari. If that alone isn't enough to convince you, he is backed up by Aussie supercar driver Chaz Mostert as well, for a hopefully rapid 1-2 punch. Gentleman drivers Martin Conrad and Kenny Arbol are very experienced in this kind of race, and thus should be able to keep the car in one piece, allowing the heavy hitters to do what they do best. Plus, it is always great to see the Aussies outside of their natural environment, and I already didn't pick the old Bamba bronze entry. Who will you be rooting for, and do you care for anyone outside the pro entries? Let me know down in the comments. The Formula 2 season has passed its halfway point, and I'm thus eagerly waiting the upcoming rounds that are likely set the pace for the rest of the season. Mercedes Juniors Frederic Vesti and Sauber Academy member Theo Pourchaire are in a reasonably close championship battle, with only 11 points between them. And while it is interesting to observe if Pourchaire will finally fulfill his speculated potential, or to witness this new, improved version of Vesti, my true interest lies in the drivers just below them in the standings. Who, if anyone, will join the pair in their championship battle? Vesti's Prema teammate Oliver Behrman would be a rather likely candidate, as the Ferrari Junior has been absolutely rapid on occasion, including one of the most successful F2 weekends ever in Baku. A mixture of early mistakes and bad luck, still putting 40 points off his leading teammate, so he will need a proper streak to catch back up. Red Bull Junior Yuma Iwasa is also potentially right in the mix. The Japanese driver sits in P3, but he also needs to find some more consistency if he wants to mount a proper championship attack. Either way, it is certainly going to stay interesting. IndyCar remains one of the absolute top series to watch this year, as we are watching a beast mode version of Alex Palou tear up the grid. With over 70 points in the lead, the young Spaniard is looking like an overwhelming favourite. In a slight reverse of a previously posed question, it is not so much about who can challenge Alex Palou for me anymore. I am now more curious to find out how long he himself can keep up this level of performance. Now, expecting him to just take win after win is ridiculous given the series we're talking about, but if he can keep banging out those easy top 5 finishes, he'll surely go down in history as a brilliant champion. But who knows, maybe the competition can in fact rise to his level after all. I'm sure nobody would mind the likes of Ericsson and Ward step up to the occasion. Either way, we can be certain that the on-track action will remain straight fire all the way to the final race in September. What races are you looking forward to the most? Let me know in the comments. And if you don't want to miss my recap after the racing has concluded, feel free to subscribe. Anyway, take care and remember, racing is more than just F1.